MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Life is challenging enough for wildlife without us getting in their way. I'm Chet Lehman. This week, we're going to talk about some ways that we can help wildlife instead of harming them as we head into spring.
I'm Joe St. George of the Department of Justice. Coming up, we take a closer look at the death penalty in our country. How many states are still using it? Why are some states interested in firing squads and lowering the threshold to sentence someone to death? That's next.
All right, coming up on 6:34 on this Monday edition of Montana This Morning, Jay McDonald, Matt Elwell. Chet seems to be out in the field today.
Yeah,
he's taking the day.
He took the day off, but
yep.
Of course, he's still working hard, bringing us stories.
Absolutely, classic Chet.
Through the magic of television. 30s for most of us. Our temperatures are above the freezing mark. We still have snow on the ground. There's still the potential of some minor flooding concerns across the area. I don't think that we're going to see anything too dramatic, though. Temperatures expected to be up near the average by the afternoon. A couple of spotty showers later in the day, especially for western counties. And then as we go into your Tuesday and Wednesday, we start to see those showers a little more pronounced. Likely to see rain or rain-snow mix. Daytime highs into the 50s, a little breezy through the afternoon. Consistent winds between 10 and 20 miles an hour. We're going to talk about some big changes for the heart of our work week. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, looking forward to it, Matt. 6:35, our top story this half hour. Housing was among the top concerns for Montana citizens and for lawmakers entering the 68th legislature. MTN senior political reporter Jonathan Amberian details some of the zoning bills that were recently passed by the House.
This week, 3 bills making big changes in how Montana cities handle zoning passed through the House with broad margins and bipartisan support.
This has been incredible to be able to work with folks on the right, on the left, people who usually don't work together, but it seems like Montanans of all political stripes are coming together on this issue of housing affordability.
Kendall Cotton is president and CEO of the Frontier Institute, a Montana think tank that's identified housing availability as one of the top priority issues for this legislative session.
You know, Montana's been discovered. We're growing really fast. Lots of people are moving here. How can we make sure that Montana stays feeling like Montana and doesn't become like California as we grow?
The 3 bills advanced this week mirror recommendations from Governor Greg Gianforte's Housing Task Force last year. Senate Bill 382 would fully overhaul cities' land use planning process and require them to adopt several options from a range of measures to support more housing. Senate Bill 323 would require cities with more than 5,000 residents to allow duplexes where single-family residences are allowed. Senate Bill 245 would expand where larger cities must allow multi-unit development. The Montana League of Cities and Towns worked closely on SB 382. They had more concerns about other zoning-related proposals that they said would impose top-down mandates. Executive Director Kelly Lynch said these bills have been amended in ways that will make them easier for local governments to implement.
Our position has been that our cities have already been working on these issues for a lot of years. We have planners who go to the national conferences. Like, this kind of discussion has been happening for a long time. But when you go through that local public process, it takes a lot longer. But I think most of them are already in a situation or very close to having these same types of regulations, especially in the form that the bills are in now.
Because all 3 bills were amended in the House, they'll now return to the Senate, where senators will decide whether or not to accept the changes. In Helena, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Now moving more towards the national scene. Potential presidential candidate Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida will make a high-profile visit to Washington tomorrow, just days after signing a 6-week abortion ban in the state. But it's another issue that is attracting the attention of some in the criminal justice system. It's a push to make it easier to sentence someone to death. Scripps News correspondent Joe St. George takes a look at the growing push to change rules around the death penalty.
Across the country, a trend is happening. Fewer executions in fewer states. Look at this map. 37 states have either abolished the death penalty or have not carried out an execution in at least 10 years.
But in those select states where executions are still occurring, there's a unique movement happening. Some want to make it easier to sentence someone to death, while in other states, there's a push to change the way individuals are executed.
And nowhere is the debate greater right now than in the state of Florida, where the state legislature just passed a bill lowering the threshold for capital punishment For years in Florida, the jury must be unanimous. The new legislation would get rid of that requirement. The proposal that passed last week makes an 8-4 vote sufficient enough. For years, only these 3 states allowed a death sentence when the jury isn't unanimous. In Indiana and Missouri, a judge can decide when a jury's divided. In Alabama, the jury can vote 10-2.
I think it's justified.
Max Schachter welcomes the idea. He lost his son Alex in the Parkland school attack, one of 17 people murdered. The shooter in that 2018 massacre was given a life sentence and not a death sentence because the jury could not reach a unanimous decision.
If the Parkland murderer who hunted down children and staff and shot them from down the hall did not deserve the death penalty, then why do we even have the death penalty?
At the D.C.-based Death Penalty Information Center, a research group critical of the way the penalty is applied, staffers say what is happening in Florida goes against the trend of fewer executions.
This is somewhat of a step backward.
Executive Director Richard Dieter says the reason so many state governments enacted a unanimous threshold was to eliminate any doubt the person may be innocent.
Innocent people had been discovered on death row.
How many people have been sentenced to death and then were later freed?
191 people since 1973.
Florida isn't the only state making news regarding the death penalty process. Idaho's Republican Governor Brad Little signed legislation last month making the state the 5th in the country to allow execution by firing squad when lethal injection drugs are unavailable. Joe St. George, Scripps News, Washington.
Now, this winter has been hard on all of us, and as we head into spring, many of us are thinking about green grass and time outdoors. Well, this week in Fish and Wildlife, MTN's Chet Lehman shares some tips to help us make sure Montana's wildlife gets to enjoy spring as well.
This is pretty typical for many places in southwest Montana. Very difficult to move through at times. Now imagine your food is somewhere below this. Welcome to the life of wildlife as we head into spring.
You know, snowfall's been very heavy. We do have, you know, significant snowpack in places, and so, you know, for a while that habitat is not going to be accessible and not going to be providing forage for wildlife. And so, you know, this is a time when wildlife really have to stretch their resources to be able to make it until things start greening up and they're able to get some of that high nutrition forage again.
Jacobson says because of the severity of this winter, there will be some mortality, but most will make it to actual spring if we just do our part.
Feeding wildlife is not one of those things, right? Feeding wildlife does not help them. You know, it can impact their gut health and can cause digestive failure. And two, it's you know, it's not legal in Montana for many reasons, you know, including, you know, what it does to wildlife, but it also creates habituated behavior, unnatural behavior among wildlife.
This also not how to treat wildlife. This incident near Big Sky still under investigation by FWP. Jacobson says instead of harassing wildlife, we should be helping them.
What we can do to help is to give wildlife space. You know, whether you're backcountry skiing or if you're looking for antler sheds or just hitting the trails, when you encounter wildlife, it's very important to give them space because when they have to move and leave the area, they're using precious resources that they need to be able to survive. So
Jacobson also stresses that if you're going out this time of year, remember, you're in bear country, so go prepared. Working my way through winter this week, Chet Lehman, MTN News.
All right, thank you very much, Chet. 6:42, time to take a short break, but when we come back, if you have a spare phone, laptop, or any other electronic, well, we might have some tips for you so you don't waste your money.